Kobe Bryant was obsessed with winning. His relentless style on the court made him a feared opponent for over a decade in the NBA, and led him to be considered one of the best ever. But it was never just his on-court performance that made him so feared in the league. It was his undeniable determination to succeed and to win. His mindset was rightfully dubbed Mamba Mentality, but just how good was Kobe Bryant actually? Early years. Kobe Bryant's father was a former first-round NBA draft pick himself. Joe "Jellybean" Bryant played 8 years in the NBA for 3 different teams. In 1983, Joe Bryant moved the Bryant family to Italy to continue his basketball career. Kobe was just 6 years old at the time and didn't speak any Italian. Between 1983 and 1992, Joe Bryant played for 4 different Italian teams and 1 team in France, which meant Kobe was forced to move around a foreign country many times in his early years. It was during this time that Kobe picked up a basketball and started to learn his craft. When Kobe was 13, his family returned to the US and he began playing basketball for his high school team. Kobe became an All-American at Lower Merion High School and played every position on the court. There was a buzz surrounding which college he would take his talents to. However, Kobe decided to bypass college and head straight to the NBA. Bryant, then 17, became only the 6th player in league history to get drafted straight from high school. Bryant was drafted 13th overall in 1996 by the Charlotte Hornets. However, due to an agreement already in place between the Hornets and Lakers, a trade was made which moved Bryant to LA. Bryant largely served as the backup point guard to Eddie Jones and Nick Van Exel during his rookie season in 1996 to 1997. He was the 2nd youngest player ever to start an NBA game at the time, and also the league's youngest player overall. He played an average of 15.5 minutes by the end of the season. Bryant participated in the Rookie Challenge over the All-Star weekend and won the 1997 Slam Dunk Contest, making history as the youngest ever champion. Bryant was named to the NBA All-Rookie second team as a result of his play. In the Western Conference Finals that year, Kobe Bryant missed a game-winning 2-point jump shot against the Utah Jazz, and in overtime, he missed a further 3 3-point shots where he missed the backboard completely. These air balls turned into a career-defining moment for Kobe Bryant. In Bryant's second year in the league, he was given more playing time and started to show his talents as a basketball player. He doubled his points per game average from 7.6 to 15.4 and became the youngest All-Star starter in the NBA. In 1999, Kobe became a permanent starter for the Lakers. He averaged 20 points per game and started to show glimpses of his true potential. However, the Lakers were swept 4-0 in the playoffs that season. The Dynasty. Kobe Bryant became one of the premier shooting guards in the NBA when Phil Jackson took over the Lakers as head coach. The 1999 to 2000 season saw Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal become the most feared duo in basketball. Kobe averaged 22.5 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists per game en route to the Lakers' dominant 67-win regular season. Kobe broke more records when he became the youngest player to be named to the NBA All-Defensive Team. He also earned a spot on the All-NBA second team whilst Shaq won the MVP. The playoffs, however, were no cakewalk for Kobe Bryant and the Lakers. In the 4th quarter of Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals against Portland, the Lakers were down by 15 points and the game looked to be over. However, Kobe and Shaq mounted one of the greatest comebacks in NBA history. An alley-oop from Kobe to Shaq with 40 seconds left on the clock gave the Lakers a commanding 6-point lead and sealed the deal and sent the Lakers to the NBA Finals. During Game 2 of the NBA Finals against the Indiana Pacers, Kobe injured his ankle and had to sit out Game 3, which the Lakers went on to lose, showing just how much they needed Kobe even with the reigning MVP on their team. Kobe came back in Game 4 and was forced to carry the team on his shoulders when Shaq was ejected for an overly aggressive dunk. The Lakers won the game, then Kobe won his first NBA championship in Game 6. However, when the team returned to the Lakers for preseason the following year, Kobe was angry at Shaq, who was out of shape. The Lakers dropped off of their performance compared to the season prior by only winning 56 games, but Kobe led the team in assists and averaged 28 points per game. In the playoffs, Kobe and the Lakers were unstoppable. They swept Portland, Sacramento, and San Antonio en route to the NBA Finals. This included a 48-point performance from Kobe in Game 4 against Sacramento. They only lost one game in the NBA Finals against Allen Iverson and the 76ers, which left the Lakers' playoff record that season a record-breaking 15-1 to repeat their NBA championship season. The 2000 2001 to 2002 season saw Kobe Bryant have one of the best regular seasons of his career. He was named to the All-NBA team for the first time and won the All-Star MVP award. He led the team in assists and averaged 25 points per game. Compared to the Lakers' record-breaking run the year before, the journey to the finals would prove to be much more difficult. In the first 2 rounds of the playoffs, the Lakers swept the Blazers and defeated the Spurs 4-1. But they did not have home court advantage against the Sacramento Kings, and they needed the full 7 games to advance to the finals. Bryant averaged 26.8 points, 51.4% shooting, 5.8 rebounds, and 5.3 assists per game in the 2002 finals against the New Jersey Nets, which accounted for a quarter of the team's total points. Bryant became the youngest player to win 3 championships, and his performance in the fourth quarter of games was noteworthy and highly applauded. The Shaq Fallout. In 2002, Kobe was regarded as one of the best players in the NBA, and the Lakers made another NBA Finals appearance. However, they were upset by the Detroit Pistons. The following few seasons were plagued with the Kobe and Shaq feud. They never liked each other and didn't get along, but that never matters when you're winning championships together. But when the championships stopped, the relationship got too much. At the end of the 2003 to 2004 season, Kobe Bryant was testing the free agent market. He and Shaq could no longer play together, and so the Lakers were met with a decision. They ultimately traded Shaq to the Miami Heat, and the very next day, Kobe Bryant re-signed with the Lakers, leaving Kobe with the opportunity to show the world that he could be just as effective on the court without Shaq by his side, doing it alone. In 2005, Kobe Bryant posted 2 of the best scoring games of his career. He scored 62 points against the Mavericks, and just 3 weeks later, he scored a monstrous 82 points against the Raptors, the second highest individual scoring game of all time. He finished the 2005 season averaging 35 points per game and continued his good form through 2006 when he averaged 31 per game. Kobe was almost traded at the beginning of 2007 when there were disputes over the front office staff. However, he remained on the team, and the Lakers acquired Pau Gasol in a trade. In December 2007, Kobe Bryant became the youngest player at the time to reach the 20,000 point mark after dropping 39 on the Knicks in MSG. However, the Lakers would go on to lose to the Boston Celtics in the 2008 NBA Finals after a stout defensive performance shut Kobe out of the series. A year later, the Lakers reached the NBA Finals yet again. All year, Kobe had been playing some of his best and unselfish basketball. And in the finals against the Orlando Magic, he averaged 32.4 points, 7.4 assists, and 5.6 rebounds to win his first Finals MVP award and win his 4th NBA championship. The Lakers returned to the finals in 2010 and had a chance to get revenge on the Celtics. However, there was an issue. As usual, Bryant was playing with a broken finger on his shooting hand and an ankle bone spur. As you could expect, he couldn't shoot very well. But this was a different Lakers team than years gone by. They were no longer a one-man team, and Kobe's teammates helped him secure his 5th NBA championship, one more than Shaq. Kobe's legacy. After the 2 championship-winning seasons, the Lakers began to fall apart. They made another effort to build a championship team in 2012 when they traded for Dwight Howard, but he was a terrible fit for the team, and they never reached another NBA Finals with Kobe. Kobe's body also began to tell him enough is enough. Kobe tore his Achilles tendon in April 2013 in a game against the Golden State Warriors. Kobe made his free throws, however, the damage was done. When his Achilles healed, he hurt his knee. When his knee healed, he hurt his shoulder. Kobe was aging, and there is nothing any mindset or determination can do when the body is at a breaking point. Kobe decided his time on the court had come. During the 2015 to 2016 season, he wrote Dear Basketball, a love letter to the sport that made him great, and announced his retirement at the close of the season. The season turned into a farewell tour for Kobe, and in his final ever basketball game, Kobe rained down 60 points against Utah, becoming the oldest player to reach 60 points in an NBA game and remained a savage till the end of his career. Kobe inspired millions of people around the world through basketball. His dedication and commitment to the game is something seen so rarely. His tragic death in 2020 hurts so many of us. However, his legacy lives on through his accomplishments and through every kid who throws anything into the trash and yells Kobe. How great do you think Kobe Bryant was? Let us know in the comments below. Kobe played 20 seasons with the Lakers, his entire career, something very few legends can say. Want to know which NBA legends forced the trade? Watch here.
Yeah.